Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to armor down just a little bit and relax because Pride Month continues to completely decimate the headlines, and we have more news coming out about Target. I got like 4 or 5 different videos lined up. You guys wouldn't even believe the nonsense that's going on with this company, amongst other stuff, and we're going to continue the conversation because it is very important for people to know about this stuff. So, with that being said, apparently, an LGBTQ employee who works for Target is coming out and venting against the company. Now, apparently, she is saying that she no longer feels valued and calls the company hypocritical. And in this article, it actually goes over the fact that she talks about the forced diversity, equity, and inclusion training that all these retail companies force on their employees and how it was so important to her and how she felt represented and seen by those tests. And now that Target has decided to kind of turn their backs on the LGBTQ community, that she no longer feels valued. So we're going to get into this article, guys, but of course, before we do, just consider giving this video a like to push us out into the YouTube algorithm, and consider subscribing because we're on our way to 24,000 subscribers. It says CEO Brian Cornell spoke out against the backlash last week. Pride Month is underway, and one of the companies at the epicenter of this year's boycotts and protests is major retailer Target, which got under the skin of some customers for not only offering items like tuck-friendly bathing suits and mugs that proudly say gender fluid, but also marketing LGBTQ plus themed products to kids. Now, I've said it before and I'll say it again, the biggest issue that they had by far was the tuck-friendly swimsuit and also the whole kids thing. Like, I think once people saw the combination of the two, especially the kids-oriented thing, that's when people said this is done. Like, we're done. We're not remaining silent anymore. We're not remaining compliant to your cause. None of this stuff. We're not going to enable you anymore. Now you're going after kids and you revealed your true hand. Now you revealed exactly what a lot of people were saying for the longest time. And since you want to bring up conspiracies, that conspiracy has been proven to be true time and time again, and you guys continue till this day. The activists in the LGBTQ community continue to prove all those conspiracies to be true. It says, after backlash forced some southern store locations to move their displays away from their storefronts, a Sunday report from the Washington Post detailed Illinois Target employee Wen Park's take on the move. And she said, when I started here at Target, I went through countless inclusivity and anti-discrimination trainings, and they are even required to be taken again at a certain time, she said, according to the outlet. And I've said this many, many times, ladies and gentlemen, okay? When I was much younger, I worked at retail, and even back then, they had some form of a DEI course. It just wasn't as prominent as it probably is today. A lot of the courses back then focused on sexual harassment. That was the big thing, but now DEI is all over the place. They force their employees to take these tests in the hopes to indoctrinate at least some of them. And the ones that can't be indoctrinated will eventually be fired and removed from the company at some point anyway. So they force this out. They make you take these courses because they're required to. Most of the time they're required to by law, but they're also required in order to maintain ESG and CEI compliance. So they have to put out these courses, and the employees, some of them eat it up, some of them don't. This person apparently is very much eating it up and drinking the Kool-Aid. It says, Park, who identifies as queer, shocker, found the decision devastating, the Post said. Devastating, people. Devastating. It's so devastating that a corporation doesn't pander to me. It's so devastating. Employees are strongly led to believe that these are Target's values, that everyone is equal and belongs, but taking down displays sends the exact opposite message. I no longer feel valued as an employee, Park added. Well, if you got that message that these corporations care about you and value your opinion, you have to be in a minority. There's no way that en masse people actually believe corporations give a shit about what they have to say or think. Corporations only care about the bottom dollar at the end of the day. Corporations only care about maximizing CEO and officer profits. That's all they care about. They don't care about you, the frontline worker. You really believe that? Like, you really truly believe that they care about you? You were drinking the Kool-Aid that much that you thought that they gave a shit about you? That's actually kind of sad. That makes me wonder how much love you're getting in your personal life that you think corporations actually should love you and care about you and celebrate you for having sex with the same sex. It's like, this is the most basic thing in the world. Nobody should be celebrated for that. The change took place on a broader scale, however, calling stores to reconsider the merchandise as well as employee safety. One manager at a South Florida location told the Post that far-right critics have slapped employees with labels like child groomers and accused the company as a whole of shoving its woke agenda down their throats. The outlet said the manager, who chose to remain anonymous, said another incident occurred at the location storefront when a disgruntled customer used scissors to cut her store credit card to pieces, declaring she would never shop there again. How is that even, bro? How is that even like why is that a story, right? Like, why is that considered an altercation? If an angry customer who is mad about the Pride merchandise went into the store and cut up her card and left, why is that like you guys seriously think anything is violence? And that's the most annoying thing to me. You're so soft that you think a customer cutting up her red card is suddenly violence. It's suddenly considered an altercation. Get out of here with that. You guys are nonsense, man. People, I'm glad people are fighting back against this crap. Nobody wants to see this crap. This is not something to be proud about, okay? Nobody's proud about being straight, so why should anybody be proud about having sex with the same sex? There is nothing inherently brave about doing so. There is nothing special about doing so. There is no decision that had to be made in your brain in order to do so. If you want to make me believe that you are born gay, then you are born doing this. Thus, it is not inherently special. Nobody cares. It's not like you have a rare commodity here where you have an amazing singing voice or an amazing artistic talent. No, you take it in the ass or you muff dive. That's basically it. There's nothing special about what you are doing. So stop pretending as if this is something to be proud about. It says the retail giant haunted by the controversy took action. Haunted by the controversy. Haunted. I like the words haunted. Took action to cool the temperature on the issue in some ways, including holding a 10-minute discussion on employee safety at an emergency meeting held before Pride Month even began. I think given this current situation with Bud Light, the company is terrified of a Bud Light situation, a company insider told Fox Digital News, and then guess what? They got exactly into a Bud Light situation. Bud Light is so notorious now with company backlash that they tried to dance around becoming the next Bud Light, and eventually they danced into becoming the next Bud Light because they decided to try to virtue signal to one side. Then they said, oh crap, we're receiving too much backlash. We need to back off here. And now you pissed off the side that you tried to virtue signal to, so now both sides hate you. So welcome to being Bud Light, even though you tried not to do so. It says, according to the insider, the remainder of the call focused on making the controversial Pride items less visible in stores by moving items away from the storefronts, taking down mannequins, and removing signage, each of which garnered criticism from LGBTQ activists and employees like Wenpark. And this is the famous tuck-friendly construction suits. If this is the first time you're watching this, this is what got people in trouble. Everyone was like, thank God, because we're all on the front lines dealing with it, the insider added. Last week, in response to an uptick in hostility towards company team members, CEO Brian Cornell wrote in a part to employees, what you've seen in recent days went well beyond discomfort and has been gut-wrenching to see what you've been confronted in our aisles. Well, you knew this was going to happen. Like, you had to know, because it happens every year. But this particular year, you must have known that by taking it to the kids that people were going to lose their shit, and rightfully so. People deserve to lose their minds over this. He also thanked employees at the retail giant service centers for their patience and professionalism through high volumes of angry, abusive, and threatening phone calls. But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, it's just a phone call. It's not going to kill you. A phone call is not physical violence. Stop the nonsense. They're trying to make this into something bigger than it actually is. This is people that are fed up. People are fed up, and now you're experiencing what we had to feel the entire time. Every time you tried to boycott something in the name of racism, right? Every time you try to boycott something in the name of hate speech, like this is what we have to feel all the time. And now you felt it for just a few weeks and you can't handle it. It's unbelievable. It's hilarious, and you deserve more of it. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. And if you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.